Good evening and welcome to News Channel 8. I'm Jerome Aegean, and here's some of the top stories we have for you tonight. 5 men are arrested for kidnapping on St. Thomas, an early morning raid on St. Croix, and an exclusive interview with Shaba Ranks. These stories and more are up next on News Channel 8. In our top story tonight, 5 men on St. Thomas have been arrested on kidnapping charges. News Channel 8 Lee Carl gives us the details on this story.
The bizarre story of 5 men in a vigilante kidnapping case are surfaced again. First it was 2 persons, and now it's 5. And here's what the police have on arresting and charging the 5 men and using a weapon during the crime of violence. On July 15th, Abdel al-Albani and Yasad Azam of Lindbergh Bay, Zattar Abdallah, and Umar Abdallah and Jattar Abdallah are being held on charges they captured a victim whom they accuse of stealing 2 pallets of tiles twice in the same day and left him tied up in a warehouse in Spenceley Alley and then one in Contant. Now, Al-Albani owns a store in Savannah, grocery store, was apprehended Tuesday while he was on his way to Puerto Rico. He made his initial court appearance Tuesday before Judge Mackay, advised to rights. 4 other men arrested later in the day, Tuesday, will be advised of their rights. Albani, at the hearing, Assistant Attorney General Rennie Gumbs-Carty recommended the bail be set at $250,000, arguing that he has a criminal record and now facing felony charges. Al-Albani was arrested July 20th and charged with disobeying a lawful order, interfering with a police officer discharging his duties. Arrested again July 2002 on a charge of delaying and obstructing an officer. Prosecutors decided not to prosecute the charges in both cases, but he was arrested on a grand jury charge. The case was dismissed without prejudice. The defendant is a flight risk. He's been arrested 3 times. It shows he's been involved in the criminal system. On his way to Puerto Rico when he was apprehended, it shows his intent to escape these felony charges. I don't think $100,000 is appropriate to secure his presence, since he has shown that he is capable of leaving this jurisdiction. Meanwhile, the public defender said his client had never been convicted of a crime and asked the bail to remain at $100,000.
Thanks, Lee Carl. And on St. Croix, crime seems to have come to a complete stop. News Channel 8's Wes Small files this report on some good police work.
Thanks a lot, Jerome. First of all, I have to tell you about the men and women in blue, the V.I.P.D, especially on St. Croix. Crime is way down, I have to tell you, and that is in congratulations to the men and women who work under Novell Francis as commissioner. And I have to tell you, that really eases the minds of citizens and this reporter alike. Serious crimes, shootings and stabbings are way down. It's just not happening anymore, and that is good news. A lot of times I get criticized for only giving bad news. Well, this is good news, that the V.I.P.D are making a difference, and you're making a difference because of Crime Stoppers, and you're just tired of going to the funerals, tired looking at the crime blotters, and tired of going to court. So thank you, Virgin Islanders. We're doing a good job, especially on St. Croix. Now let's get to it. The V.I.P.D strikes another blow to the criminal element, and this time they had to go to St. Lucia to do it. We're talking about the 2004 shooting incident involving 27-year-old Kyle Alfonso Thompson. Now that's when, in 2004, allegedly he got involved in some crimes involving the Culture nightclub in Frederickstead. So we're going to throw it right to Melody Raines, V.I.P.D spokesperson, and as she talks about the V.I.P.D as they went to St. Lucia and got this guy off of the VI's most wanted list.
A suspect who has been wanted by police for 5 years was brought back to St. Croix to face charges. Kahil Alfonso Thompson, aged 27, was living in St. Lucia since he fled St. Croix in 2004 following a shooting in Frederickstead. Virgin Islands Police Department detectives had information Thompson was in St. Lucia, and St. Lucian authorities made a positive identification of Thompson through his photo on the V.I.P.D website Most Wanted page. Thompson is charged with reckless endangerment first degree, assault first degree, assault third degree, unlawful possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime of violence, unlawful possession of ammunition, unlawful sexual contact, and aggravated assault and battery. He was arrested at about 5 p.m. Tuesday, November 10th, and placed on a $150,000 bail. He was remanded to custody. The charges stem from a December 18, 2004 incident at the Culture nightclub in Frederiksted. Police said Thompson discharged several shots at 3 victims, hitting a female victim at least 3 times and a male victim at least 2 times.
So now back to justice is 27-year-old Kyle Alfonso Thompson. You saw his picture earlier, and he was living in St. Lucia. And our criminal investigation unit, FBI with Puerto Rico cold case squad here, and the men and women in blue, they went down to detectives in St. Lucia, and they brought this guy back to justice. You too can make a difference, folks. You can call 1-800-222-TIPS. 1-800-222-8477. That's Crime Stoppers. And if you see crime happen, you call 911 immediately and do something about it. And then after that, you can call me. The newsroom is 778-5008, extension 226. Give me the tip, but always call 911 first. I'm in Christiansted, West Small, for News Channel 8.
Perhaps one of the reasons that crime has come to a halt on St. Croix could be early morning raids that are netting drugs, guns, and ammunition as well. Let's go to Melody Rames with more.
The St. Croix Criminal Investigation Bureau led a team of officers to execute a search warrant in the early morning hours of Thursday, November 12th. The team arrested 28-year-old Myron Fox of Tide Village and confiscated a .40 caliber Smith & Wesson semi-automatic weapon, ammunition, powder cocaine, crack cocaine, and marijuana. Fox was arrested at about 6:15 a.m. and charged with reckless endangerment first degree, assault first degree domestic violence, and unauthorized possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime of violence in connection with an incident that occurred on October 18th in the Ruby M. Rouse housing community in Christiansted, St. Croix. Police said Fox was involved in an altercation that day and discharged several shots in an open area, endangering the lives of innocent persons. Bail for Fox was set at $75,000, and he was remanded to the Golden Grove Adult Correctional Facility pending his advisor rights hearing.
Well, here at Channel 8 News, we're still saying big ups to all the vets out there. We had some successful events on St. Thomas and St. Croix yesterday for Veterans Day. Let's take a look at St. Thomas's footage with News Channel 8's Lee Carl, who's also a Navy veteran.
This again is Veterans Day in the Virgin Islands 2009. Rain created a little bit of a problem here in St. Thomas, not so much in St. Croix and St. John, but the program went sailing along. Unfortunately, we couldn't have the Rear Admiral over here, but the program had much in the way of marching bands and speeches by the governor.
Fortunate that we have over 7,000 veterans that have served in the armed forces. We have a veteran by the name of Alexander Henderson, goes back to 1945, who actually witnessed Fireburn in 1878 and had a chance to write about it, tell about it, served in the U.S. Navy, received a $300 in bonus for doing so, and this year Harvard will do something on his life. We at this time also have officers and soldiers of the National Guard serving in Guantanamo Bay, serving in Kosovo, that are being commanded by a Virgin Islander. We have Rear Admiral Canton, who sits in the Department of Human Services, all that show the importance that Virgin Islanders have been a part of the history, but also a part of the future.
Veterans Day in the Virgin Islands 2009 at the Memorial Park here at Roosevelt Park. Lee Carl for News Channel 8.